What up, everyone? Uh, Recent days, there's been another controversy again, and it's actually an old subject. Like anybody who is as old as I am remembers the two boys throwing grenades at the streets and their parents blaming the Grand Theft Auto 3 for the being. So the controversy this time is a foreign student here in Finland saw a group of university students cosplaying as characters from the game African Star, which the premise of the game is you start from the north, you try and find the big African star inside Africa and get back as fast as you can. There's bandits and you can lose the money and there's like different hazards and so. But yeah, the foreign student made a long Instagram post about how this is glorifying colonialism, how this is racist and such. And it all boils down to, and everybody who likes this game is also racist and glorifying colonialism. And in my opinion, it is not inherently racist or glorifying colonialism. If you want to find that in the game, you can find that in the game. If you want to find racism in the game, you can find racism in the game. There's factors that actually debunks a lot of that, but I'm not going that deep into that because I think the problem is this idea that only racist people play African Star, only Nazis play World War II games, only violent people play Grand Theft Auto. It's been shown from time and time again that music, video games, culture in general doesn't transfer to real life like what the subject that those cultural things withhold. For example, Beatles was told that it was the devil's work back in the 60s, I think. And Iron Maiden was also like, if you listen to Iron Maiden in the 80s, you were a Satan worshipper, Judas Priest, Twisted Sister. If you listen to Nirvana, you're automatically a drug addict. There's like, if you play Grand Theft Auto, you go around in the streets beating up people, but we know that that's not true. It doesn't make you the subject, the game or the music or the piece of art reflects. It doesn't make you that. You can still play, for example, Monopoly and be against capitalism. You can play Call of Duty games and be a pacifist. You can play World of Warcraft games and be against China. That's actually a subject that is really close to me because there was a Hearthstone tournament in Asia and the winner, Blitzchung, said something in the post-tournament interview that Blizzard automatically banned him and took away his prize earnings. The thing he said was, long live Hong Kong, the revolution of our time. And because Activision Blizzard is so tied to the government of China, they needed to do that. As a matter of fact, if you think about it, that's the reason why there aren't Chinese bad guys in Call of Duty games. Even though they have like made games of World War III, but there aren't bad guys that are Chinese because those games wouldn't be sold in China. Why? Because, well, they can do that. They have 1.6, 1.7 billion people. That market is fucking huge. So if they say they don't want something, Activision Blizzard will bow to them. But by playing Activision Blizzard games, does that make me agree with the rules and regulations and human rights violations that Chinese government is doing? I don't think so. And that's the reason why I think this conversation has derailed itself already, because the games, they are just fucking games, you know? You give meaning to the game. I play games to entertain myself. I don't after I finish the game, I don't really think about the game. It doesn't change who I am. I played Fallout New Vegas, where you can basically do anything you want. You can kill even civilians. You can kill innocent people. You can help them if you want to. You can be a pacifist. You can be anything you want in Fallout New Vegas. I played it, I don't even know, tens, even 100 times probably, different ways. But that doesn't mean after I played the game in a way of I killed everybody. I went to the fucking streets and killed everybody. You know, it doesn't change who I am. If a person doesn't understand that what you witness and do in games and in board games or anything, it's just a game, and they take that game world and bring it to real life, to the real world, then there's something wrong with the person, because the majority of the people understand the difference between those two. Unfortunately, the minority of the people doesn't, and they end up in the news, and then we have like fucking scandals and controversy like this, where you take a board game, which is inherently actually a bad game. I don't like the game itself. I think it's fucking bad. But it's just a bad board game. Nothing else to me. It could be like named anything else. It could be taking place in Antarctica. It's still going to be a bad board game. And it just doesn't actually change anything. The game is still the same. You want to see what you want to see, and you're gonna see what you want to see. And that's the problem with subjects like this. I think now there's things on Twitter like going around that you need to like censor World War II games because you can play as a Nazi, and then you should have this and this if you have this and this. No, I don't think you need to censor anything. You can make alternate universes in video games too. You don't have to play by the history. You can alter the history if you want to. And even if you fucking made the Nazis the good guys in World War II games, that doesn't still mean the people who play that game think that Nazis are good. Some of them can, yeah, I agree. Some of them may think that. But then again, some of people who drive cars want to kill people with them. Some of people who says bad things. You know, how fucking deep do you go down the rabbit hole? But I think until the majority thinks that way, plays African Star because they want to experience the colonialist side of the story, or play Monopoly because they want to be able to bankrupt people and own everything, until the majority of the fucking player base, people want to do that. I don't think that's gonna be a problem though, you know. I think the whole controversy is completely fucking dumb, and it should just end. That's my short video of the subject. Like, I think the whole fucking conversation around the board game is so dumb. And now the university is apologizing to everybody, and it's the same. This will die out, and we will be back here again in a couple of months. This is like a cycle. A couple of times in a year, there's something that needs to change because it's bad. Then there's an uproar. Then somebody apologizes. A couple of months passes and we're still here. Again here, I would say, not still here. It will go away, everybody will forget it, and then all of a sudden we're back here. So don't be those. Play games. I recommend play all sorts of games. And don't give a shit about what the social media is saying. Play whatever games you want to. Play Hearts of Iron, which is a war strategy game, and start the World War as Poland invading Germany. Play City Skylines, where you can create a city what you want and laws what you want and make it an anarchy. Like, play what the fuck you want. Thanks for watching. Until next time.